What if you could spend 5 minutes and decrease turnover by nearly 25%? Well, that's what you can do with employee recognition, and today we're going to learn how to get it right. Hi, I'm Littlefield, and I spent 15 years training leaders in the art of recognition and engagement. I'm a regular contributor to Harvard Business and Forbes, and I work on helping leaders make recognition easy. Recognition has been proven time and time again to be critical to the engagement and retention of our people. One study that was done by WorkProud found that turnover decreased by nearly 25% when employees just got recognized once a month. Now, if you knew that you could spend 5 minutes and make that big of a difference, wouldn't you do it? Well, today, let's learn how to get it right and how to make doing it easy. Now, one of the first things that I just want to call out here, and I have another video on employee recognition, what every manager really needs to understand, and make sure you watch that. I'll include it in the video description. But one of the first things we understand is we need to separate out recognition and rewards and awards. Now, rewards and awards are all those point systems and all that stuff that you do in the system, which is a useful thing, but it's a small part of the things that really make the biggest difference. What really makes the biggest difference is those small moments where we signal to people that we value them. And so making sure that we get that message right and share it in such a way that it has people really feel seen for who they are and what they contribute is a critical part of it. So today we're going to focus on that message and how we communicate it in a way that it really has that other person feel seen and valued. Now, the first thing that I want to call out is the importance of being authentic, which seems complete common sense, but I can tell you from my research, when I interviewed 400 people, when I asked people what made a great compliment, usually what they told me is what made a bad one. My manager just recognizes me before they ask for something, or my manager always sandwiches feedback between two compliments, so I never trust it when they actually do it. And people can pick up on that. So the first thing is we want to make sure it's authentic. And today I'm going to show you how to make sure that that message really resonates with people. So with that, make sure that you don't compliment somebody just because you feel like you should, or that you've been told that you're supposed to recognize them. And instead, just pause for a minute and think for yourself, if this person left tomorrow, or if this person told me that they were going to be gone for 2 months, what would be the impact on me and the team? And usually that gets you present to the difference that they actually make for you. And by the way, if you think that your life would be easier, that's a different conversation. That's about performance. Now, although that's not what we're going to be covering today, check out some of the other videos on the channel where I do go into talking about that. Now, one of the first things that we want to make sure is that we are specific. Now, what often happens is we go to recognize somebody and we go, good job. Like I actually recognized my daughter the other day who was playing soccer and I go, good job, Alia. And she goes, good job for what? And like kids will actually say that to you, but your employee won't tell you that they have no clue what you're saying good job about. So we want to make sure that we're specific about it. So here's an example. You go in, an employee does a really great job. Maybe they give a great presentation. Great presentation. What was great about it? Hey, you know what? You did a really great presentation. Here's what I really liked about it, is the details you put in, you actually incorporated in our new policy and the change, and the visuals you used really brought it home where it stuck in my mind afterwards. Providing detail helps people understand what they did and what you specifically noticed that they appreciate. And by the way, as a leader, what you recognize often gets repeated. Next, it's important not just to focus on the results that somebody produced, but to focus on the process. One of the things that I found in my research is that people rarely want to be recognized for the result they produced. They want to be recognized for the ups and downs that went into producing that result. So going back to the last example, hey, I am guessing that you put a lot of time and thought into putting that presentation together. I'm guessing that you probably may even worked over the weekend. And I just want to let you know that I can tell and I can see all the intention it took to do that. And by the way, I know you have 3 kids at home. And so how you were able to get this done with everything else going on, I know it wasn't easy. Thank you. And that little message to be able to signal that we saw the creativity, that we saw the effort, that we saw the sacrifice that someone made to do their work goes a really long way in having somebody feel valued. The next is we want to share the impact. And one of the things that has people feel most valued and feels connected to our organization is when they understand that what they're doing has an impact on us as a leader, on our team, on our organization, and for our clients. So when you can, you want to share that impact. Hey, that presentation was awesome. And the fact that you did it so well, I could see our clients' eyes and they were excited about it. And you know what? I have a feeling this is going to lead to great things. So thank you for doing that. It made a difference. And when you can, also share the impact of people on you. Hey, you doing that presentation, you know what? I would normally have spent my whole weekend doing that. And the fact that you took that on made a huge difference for me so I could actually be with my kids and my family this weekend. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So if you really want to blow your employees away, then you want to make sure that first you're being authentic. And you can always be authentic if you get present to how what they did impacted you. Next, you want to be specific. You want to share the details about what they did and show them what you actually saw. Next, you want to share. You want to focus on the process, not just the result they produced, and you want to share how what they did had an impact on you. And if you include those things in the message, whether you write it in a handwritten note, whether you deliver it to them, and of course you want to share this in a timely manner, sharing this at the end of the year when they did this back in January is not going to have the impact that you want. And if you recognize people on a regular basis and you help them see how their work is making a difference, guess what? They'll probably stick around in your organization, they'll probably grow, they'll probably develop, and in the end, they're going to help other people do the same. So here's a great way to make sure that you take action on this and have the desired impact. Take out a sheet of paper and write down a list of all the people that you work with on a regular basis and think, when was the last time that I let them know that I appreciate and I valued them? Then think about what's something that they specifically did that you really appreciate, or who they are that you value. Think about what's some of the things that they've been working on recently and focus on the process that you think it took for them to be able to do what they did. Think about how their work impacted you and the team, and then jot them a little note, record them a video, send them a text message, send them a Slack message, but just do something to send that signal to them that you value who they are, what they contribute, and what it takes to do their job each day. And by doing that, you're going to create the habit of recognizing people. And if you do, like I shared in the beginning, that 5 minutes that you invest now is going to save you all that time to replace somebody who's disengaged, who's frustrated, who ends up leaving your organization. And isn't that worth the investment? I'm Chris Littlefield. I hope you appreciated this video. And if you did, let me know in the comments below. What's the best compliment you've ever received? Share an example below and we can learn together. And if you're looking for more resources, check out some of the other videos on this channel and make sure you sign up for my newsletter at beyondthankyou.com, where I send regular resources and reminders to recognize our people, connect, and have the conversations that matter most.